Hey guys, it's Athena. So last night I recorded about 53 minutes of footage of me going through and cleaning out one of my 6 witchy cabinets. Turned out to be a much bigger adventure than I had anticipated, and I was extremely chatty. For that reason, I'm going to probably cut it up into 2 videos at least and give it a little bit more manageable bite-sized pieces. Also, my back was to the camera for a lot of it because I was going through the cabinet and pulling stuff off. Upon going back to watch and edit, I noticed that I have what looks like a pretty bad bald spot. It's not really a bald spot. When I was a kid, I was sneaking around. I got in trouble a lot as a kid. I was a little stinker. I didn't really think rules were something that always needed to be followed if they didn't lead to me having fun, and therefore I trespassed and sneakily jumped on a neighbor's trampoline when I shouldn't have. This was also during a time when I used to think I could physically do whatever I wanted. If I wanted to do a backflip with no training, I could do it. And therefore I decided to do my first backflip. And I threw my skull onto a uncovered spring. It led to stitches. It was kind of bad. So now I have this scar, and when my hair is not freshly washed, it parts right there. I feel a little bit like Cousin Eddie saying, my hair don't part right. Yeah, that's what happened. You see it a lot in the video. It's just the way things are. So I wanted to let you know, yes, I know it's there. So if you're interested, that's what the next 2 or 3 videos will probably be. I'm recording it primarily because I had mentioned I might, and also I don't know why, but I enjoy watching people clean out their stuff. And I remember when Ember Honey Raven was posting a lot of videos of her cleaning out her closets or her witchy space. I don't know. I like seeing what crap everybody has and why they have it and what they think about it and if they're going to keep it or give it away or toss it. So I'm throwing my cleaning process out there into the YouTube sphere. All right. Hope you're doing okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace. Hey guys, it's Athena. I'm finally going to do a clean out my cabinet with me video. I have 6 sets of cabinets. Every single one of these cabinets is full of witchy items, with the exception being this one. This one is my ancestor altar to my mom. I tilted this down a little bit. I'm not going to show you the whole entire thing, but you can see half of it. Can you see in there? No, not really. Okay, the top part is my herbs and ingredients. Now, it would take me hours, and I'm not going to go through all of these cabinets. I'm just going to take it one at a time. This one is not the messiest. They're all freaking messy, so never mind. All right, are you ready? Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Can you see in there? I don't know. It is quite messy. I hope that I can complete this video because I'm very slow when it comes to cleaning. Okay, let's just do this, right? One thing I know for sure is this I need to do something with. This is eggshells that I have baked and need to crush to include in my eggshell powder. So I'm gonna put this to the side and do this later. Then here, hey look, more eggshells. This is one of those mini impulse buys I do often, and then I stick in a cabinet, chalkboard labels. I'm gonna put it in a box to either use or start preparing a giveaway for the next milestone I hopefully eventually hit. This I purchased, I think at Target. Shot glasses that are skulls to make candles out of, but all of my candle making equipment's downstairs because I do it in the kitchen. Okay, so this has been in here for a while. These are, ooh, gross, yeah. I don't know if that's, okay, I think that's paper, not mold. These are apple slices that I had cut so that you could see a little pentagram inside it. I'd cut and dehydrated to use for, I think what I did is the really extra thin ones I had glued into my grimoire, but these are not that thin. So these I'm probably going to give back to nature. I've learned holding on to rainwater for a while is disgusting. When you open it, it smells like ass. So yeah, you have to, and I always feel dumb when I share these things because I feel like the masses are like, duh. But I don't buy any alcohol ever, and so I don't preserve stuff like this with alcohol. Unless you can use rubbing alcohol, because I can use that without temptation to drink it. Better home for these giant smudge sticks. This one is actually sage and lavender. I've used it quite a bit, but it came with several, which I think are up there somewhere. But I need a better home, because right now the home is just like stuck here. It's not a good place for it, but these things are really messy. I put it right now in my green bowl. Yay. Okay, this could take all eternity. Yeah, that's somebody's hair. A whole little set of oils that I need to do something with. If they've turned rancid, I'm gonna get rid of them with the exception of this one. This one was a gift from New World Witchery, and it's a little bit rancid. They probably made it seriously in like 2015. I don't know, maybe it's more new, but I know they haven't had a store in a long time, and it's a gift. I love it. I don't care if it's rancid or not. It's commanding oil, so I probably use it when I'm doing some ratchety, rancid kind of stuff. But it also has, can you see, little petition paper and some herbs. That one I'm definitely not going to toss, but some of these oils have been up here for a while, and you know, you hate to keep them. Ooh boy, that one needs to go away. Now I'm going to get rid of the oil and keep the container, because that's how I roll. Look at that. Isn't that the coolest little thing you ever saw? Look at that little bitty thing. I have no idea anymore what this is. Seriously, what the hell is that? I don't know, but isn't that cute? There's a distinct possibility. I feel like this was a gift, but if it wasn't, I definitely was like, I have to have it, it's tiny, because it's too cute. But what do you do with mystery oil? I have no clue. I'll take it back. I have no clue who this is from. I mean, it was a gift. It was probably from a like love mail type thing. Okay, I know this rosemary is old as you know what, so we're gonna probably what to do with old expired ingredients when you hate to just throw it away. I mean, a lot of it I'm gonna put back out in nature, but then again, I don't know that a pile of herbs is healthy for little critters that might decide to OD on them. I had heard from Velma Nightshade when she and Firelight were talking on one of their years ago episodes of Inciting a Brouhaha, that her coven that she worked with, they would bring stuff like this. They would make giant like mojo or whatever intention bags and then burn them at the new year. So this is white copal resin, my homemade crown of success. Only mildly successful. It was successful for a whole day. This is bittersweet clove oil. It was the very, very, very first witchy thing I ever made. And from real cloves and all of that. And I don't think I ever used it. Rancid AF. Taking this stuff down and getting rid of it. This was just out of my kitchen cabinet. I'm not getting rid of allspice because I love this stuff. I love to put this stuff. I think I had it up here to put in carpet powder. And then the red pepper, I mean, it's just so expired, and I have new stuff. Yeah, tossing. Throwing nothing in the garbage bag because all this I will be recycling or reusing. Ooh, I talked about this 100 million years ago. Salt with a few different essential oils in it, and you use it as a pick-me-up. It has peppermint, And it has, I believe it has a couple rosemary drops. I don't remember. That's a video from like 2 years ago. That's a keeper. I used to keep it at work just to kind of wake up and cheer up, brighten up, all the ups. These are from my little favorite witchy store. Can you see? I hear my kid screaming. He's been FaceTiming his cousin for a couple hours, but whatevs. Hot foot powder, crown of success, and witch moon. Bought it, not sure what I'm gonna do with it. This I need to put in another spot. I use this all the time. I bought this at World Market forever ago. I've been using it since I first got on this path. It's really, really nice paper. Oh look, 2015, January 3rd. Aww. I remember that. So I did write a few things in here, but normally what I use this for is this is my spell paper. It is kind of a cloth-like material. It reminds me of that really fancy like wedding invitation paper or resume paper that has some cloth in it, cotton. It's wonderful for spell paper. It absorbs oils well, it burns well. I have just enchanted all of this paper. So when I'm ready to do something, I just tear out a piece, usually a small piece. You'll notice there's lots of like half pieces like that in there. So I can write what I need, roll it up. I don't know why I don't use the other half of the pieces, but apparently I don't. This was a cute little container I got at Michael's, I think. It has a couple different types of smudge sticks in here. It also has my sweetgrass braid, some bulbs for flowers that I have never planted. So maybe if they're not too old, they probably are, but maybe around in bulk, I'll see if I can plant them and do anything with them. But isn't that a cute container? And the fact that it's useful is bonus. I'll probably take this back into the bathroom. I used to use this in my bath, or I would do it with Poochie's bath. Edible flowers sea salt, and it was really pretty. It had a mix of flowers in it, and I know my first couple spells I used this. In fact, I think all of these salts can probably go in there. These were from Ravenflower back in the day. Cinnamon and clove salt, sage salt. I don't really know what you would use these for other than, ooh, it's got a nice big old chunk of clove in there. I really don't know what you would use these for, because honestly, like, I don't want to put salt in most of my spell work, because to me that's like the protective thing, protection to keep things away. So I'm not going to use it to bring something in. I'll use it for bath. In lieu of an athame, whatever you call it, I have a real knife. This is my magical knife. It's sharp, so sharp. It stays up here, away from little people and away from the mundane. Couple different mojos. I bought that one in 2016 when I met Eden and went to Salem. Bought that at Hex, the store. And then this one is from New World Witchery. Thank you, guys. So back when I first came on the path and thought I was going to be Wiccan and had to have all the crap, I did buy a little athame, and I didn't like it. It's tiny. I don't think I ever used it. It is sharp-ish. You can wear it on your belt loop. This really reminds me of what some of my, it was made in Pakistan. It reminds me of what some of my students from my old school, very multicultural school, a lot of the kids who were Sikh, technically it's called Sikh, but we say Sikh so people don't get confused. Once they hit a certain age, the boys would carry a little dagger type thing. Well, not to school they didn't, but that was part of their religion, and this looks like one of those. Oh, hey, been solved. It's been solved, I think it came in here. I think it's from New World Witchery. Money magic oil. Look, yay. I should put it back in there because I'll forget again. And I could be using some of that right about now. I hope they weren't freaking out if they were watching this, thinking, idiot. Pumpkin spice. I love that for carpet sprinkles or incense. I recommend Trader Joe's for spices because they're inexpensive and they come in glass. If it comes in plastic, please don't buy it. And yes, you've seen a couple things like this that are, this is probably from 05 because I don't buy things in plastic ever, not anymore. Nutmeg, whole cloves from Whole Foods, good smells. Lemongrass, that's from World Market. Ooh, I forgot about this. This is such a good idea. I got this at World Market too. In Hoodoo, some of the spells or workings they do involve basically writing and eating something. So like you can have a rice paper type thing and you can write on it, or you can even write on a plate and have food on it, and it's sort of like you're internalizing what you want. It can be a psalm, it can be whatever. This is a edible marker, so you can use this for like cookie decoration. I think, yeah, I bought it in 2 colors, pink and blue, because that's all they had. I have yet to use it. This would be really interesting for giving a cookie to somebody and you write on it. If you enchant this first, maybe. Just an idea. Lots more spices. Ooh, this fell out. This is a gift from my dear Ember Honey Raven. These are bones from a rattlesnake. They were ethically harvested by her, and they are for use when shit gets real. So I have yet to use it. I am holding on to these, and I thank that beautiful lady for sharing those with me. Take these down to the kitchen. Honestly, I never ever use them up here, and they're just gonna get old, and I think they're still good. So I like them. I think I got them at Home Goods. I like them because they came in glass and they have corks, and if you do that, you win my love. So those are going down to the kitchen. Now, this idea of these containers, any of you who watched Tiptoe Chick will know that I totally stole this idea from her. When I saw her wall, she probably had 30 or 50 of these Patron bottles full of spices. I knew, hell yeah, that's gonna be my jam. So I have a few. I did used to use that as an excuse to buy alcohol, but now I just get my ex who works in restaurants to bring them to me when he remembers. So I have a few. This has been in here a while. This is lavender. It's not even labeled, but this is lavender. It's one of my faves. More lavender. But what I usually do with it, which this is empty, I need to make more, is I like to mix brown rice with lavender, and as I'm mixing it, I kind of run it, sage smoke through it, and then I use the mixture as a crystal cleansing thing. I keep it in a container, and then I just want to take off my jewelry or crystals, or I just let it sit in there for a while and it cleans them. Behind here, I have old salt, but y'all, it's been in here so long, the salt is solid. I don't as much as I used to just buy a ton of stuff. I did that in the beginning, and I have stopped mostly doing that for the most part. So this is hibiscus. This is also from Ravenflower. I'll probably keep it for a little bit longer, but I haven't used it. More sage bundles. I need a better home for these sage sticks, and I also need to stop buying them. Because here's one. It's probably the second one I ever have had. So in here, this weird little container, I just shove things. I need to get it organized. I do know there is a dead moth in here that I've had since 2015. And the nice thing about insects compared to other animals is they don't rot and get smelly. So yeah, it was pretty. I found it. I don't know, maybe I should just let this little guy go, because really, if I haven't used him in 3 years, I should set him free. So I'm gonna let him go. Another tiny little spell paper on the go. I might add this to my bag. Matches, shark teeth. This is sand from Santa Monica. Somebody included it in love mail. This, oh my gosh. This is a little spell on the go Insta magic that didn't work, but I was interested in it. And you buy it, you're supposed to use it for like a mojo or something. I don't remember what I did with it. And it has a little chant on the back. Yeah, that one I'm gonna toss. And then these are where I keep all my tiny chips of crystals that I put in hair tonics, oils, spells that I'm not gonna burn. Again, from Michael's, you can get them. I've got tons in there. It fills up that one completely, and then there's a few here. Empty, oh, I was gonna say empty container. No, there's hair in there. So, I got lots of hair. None of it's mine. These are rose petals in a pretty little jar from Michael's. You can get the best little containers there. This, I think, is empty. Did I end up putting anything in there? Nope. I bought it because it was cute and I've never once used it. Little container with a little spoon. I'm gonna include that in a giveaway, and maybe I'll put some kind of spell powder in there, but I don't need it. So this is maple syrup. I'm gonna take it downstairs. I have yet to use it. I guess I thought I might use it for some kind of sweetening thing. Never have. These, I've got lots of these. Look at this, oh my gosh. I didn't realize I bought this many of these. I have one in my car too. All of these are from Sarah Lawless. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one, no, they're not all from her. I take that back. They're not all from her because I see that I have from Jenny Love, which is black salt. This is black salt. I'm pretty sure I've never been able to open this, but I probably haven't tried hard enough. So I need to keep that available. The rest of these are all from Sarah and Lawless. So some of them are just good smells, like this one smells wonderful. I don't think it does anything. It's just Boreal Balsam Herbal Ointment, and it just smells like pine needles. So I bought it on impulse and it was not expensive. Most of the rest of these are flying ointments. Yes, these two are both Saturn flying ointment. Again, these are so sometimes hard for me to open. There's not much left in here. It's like this green goo that you slather all over yourself, and I have never really gotten anything out of it, and it's nothing against her. I probably don't use enough or don't use it in the right headspace, or I don't know, but I haven't gotten a whole lot out of it. Witch's flying ointment. Now this Mandrake and 4 nightshades, I bought these for pain relief. I need to take them out of here because sometimes it helps. Like the back of my neck will hurt because of stress, and I think I have slight arthritis. And I know her henbane ointment I have in my car, it's almost all gone, and there's a lot of mornings that on my ride I kind of just rub a ton of it in the back of my neck. I think it helps. It seems to. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's like an Advil or something, but you know, it's an alternative to that. So I'm gonna move these over to where I'll use them, because I haven't used them in here much. I'm gonna get rid of this. I made this 100 billion years ago. It has a giant rose quartz in it, and it's like cinnamon and chocolate and intentions all mixed in there. And I used to use a little of it to just brush on my skin or even in my hair, just to kind of smell good and attract love, and meh, time to wash it and reuse it. Sage pieces. Ooh, smells weird. Probably because this used to be a pickle jar, so it has a weird smell. think when you, yeah, it smells way too much like pickles. I've gotten better at washing out jars. Like if they have a pickly smell, you can let them soak with baking soda and boiling water and stuff. I think I'll probably add this to whatever my giant bonfire is gonna be at Yule. So I'm gonna get rid of this because it stinks. But it might be cool when I burn it. This was given to me 100 million years ago, I think, via love mail. Probably the very first one I ever got back in 2015. And I believe it's a type of incense. Honestly, I don't remember what it is. So, since I haven't used it much at all since 2015, bonfire. So, this is a lot of stuff I've purchased and never used. I'm not ready to get rid of it yet though. St. John's wort. Some of it was gifts. Some of it was stuff I purchased. All of these jars are, old jars, are spray painted the lids. It smells like tea. I don't even know what this is or why I bought it. But I don't want to get rid of it yet. Not ready. This is just a lid I bought on impulse when things were on sale. And it fits any mason jar. And I've got 100 million mason jars, but they're all downstairs. So I'll take this down to encourage myself to use it. This is some kind of weird mix I made. Ooh, what is it? Let's see. It smells awesome. It reminds me a little bit of wassail. I don't know why I made it though, so I think it's time to wash it and let it go. This is an old salt or pepper grinder, and it's kind of cool for grinding your stuff when you're going to use it, but this is seriously old. I gotta get rid of it. Yellow rose, orris root, saltpeter. I have yet to use it. I'm excited about using it because it explodes when you throw it in fire, and I just haven't been brave enough or felt the need to do that yet, but that might be fun at New Year's to throw a little bit in there. Yeah. Okay, this was gifted to me. It's like a potpourri. I think it's super old now. Yeah, I think time to toss that and wash and reuse. Wintergreen. Damiana leaf. Okay, so that's orris root, but this is the powdered orris root. Is that I think that's related to violet leaves, right? So you can use it in love spells. I think that's what it's for. I have never used it, but I know there were, especially back when I was listening to the Lucky Mojo Hoodoo Root Work Hour podcast, they were always talking, I feel like they were talking about that stuff. There's a lot of times I hear something, I write it down, I need it, and then I buy it, and then I forget about it, so, or I used to. I don't do that much anymore. Meadowsweet. Red sandalwood. Patchouli. Catnip. These are star anise. I like the smell. But I like licorice too. I know some people hate it. That's cool. I also liked, before I went dry, I bought, this was a shit ton of money, I think. It was absinthe, and it was so good. And plus the jar is cool. And back then, especially, I would be like, I'm gonna reuse a jar, might as well buy it. You know, whatever excuse. Back in the day, I had a pet snake, and his skin that we still have. And it is a key ingredient in one of my spells that has been very effective. Black rice. Not sure why I bought it, but I got it. I should probably figure out what I'm gonna do with it because it's just taking up space. These rocks are lovely, but I never do anything with them. This is back in my early days I'm gonna put these all outside. I'll probably put them in the gnome garden. River rocks. That's great, but I have never once had a spell where I needed this. So I did use a bunch of rocks to make my own runes back in 2015. That was one of my first 5 videos. But other than that, they've just been sitting up here. These you've seen, and I have actually used them a bit. This was from Trader Joe's, the first 2 Yules on here. I talked about how these amazing little containers, yeah, I've used a few. They're empty, some, or they're not empty, but you can see some's missing. I went on and on about how these are a spell. Plus you can reuse the glass container. This one is lemongrass rose hip infusion. And so I've used that as some spell ingredient. This I'm gonna get rid of. It's just some weird mix of lavender and crap. For incense, I'll keep that. Empty container. I only buy toothpaste that comes in glass, which you can find it on Amazon, but then you can keep the container to reuse. And I think I'll be making my own pretty soon. That's a different video.